Thanks for joining me on this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also be sure to follow me on these other social media platforms. Links are in the description below. All right, have not fans, we're back at it again with a interesting question. I think it is definitely one of the more talked about discussions after last week's episode of Father's Regret. Is Malik still alive? I am actually going to say no. And I feel like the obvious answer is the fact that Candace is going to burn him alive, or he might be dead already. I feel like it is a given that Candace is going to burn Malik along with the van. It just doesn't seem like okay, if I were RK, I would be questioning why the hell you would burn the van, because he said, what the hell are you doing? It's like, you better back up or you want to be burned up. I forgot exactly what she said. I know it was funny. And then she's in the trail like, I'm a survivor. I am willing to bet that Malik probably says something in the lines of threatening Candace and whatnot for what happened when her mom, stabbed him in the back, and was saying that Candace doesn't have any money, and I want to come after you, and I want to come after Benny and your mom. I feel like with her life in danger and Malik in a vulnerable position because he was literally stabbed, and this is just me theorizing that he makes it out of the house. I feel like that's going to be the situation there. He makes it out of the house. He staggers his way into. Oh, sorry, my chair's creaking. He makes it to the van, and then they drive off. Do you think that Hannah runs out of the house before or after Malik does? I don't know. I really couldn't tell you, because RK and Candace are in the back of the van, so they probably wouldn't notice Hannah running out, but they will probably hear her screaming because she's going to be running out of the house screaming, hence why she runs to the arms of Derek when he's coming up the sidewalk. I think that maybe Malik makes out of the house first. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But then again, if I were stabbed, I'd probably try to attack. So I feel like Hannah will make it out of the house first. I don't really know, guys. It really is difficult to decipher what exactly will happen. But for simplicity's sake, let's just say that Malik does make it to the van. They drive off. Then RK is like searching his body and whatnot and finds the money. And then they get out of the van. And then she sets it on fire. Hence why she's like, I'm a survivor. And it goes back to what I said in my episode review. Did I say it in an episode review or trailer breakdown about how I know from reading a bunch of comic books and all, they always say like the first kill is always the hardest. It gets easier after that. Hence why, Candace had that shaky reaction to killing Oscar, because it's like, oh my God, what have I done? But now it's just like, you know what? I'm a survivor. Boom, he's dead anyway. So catches him on fire. I feel like Hannah did not kill Malik, but I do feel like, and I'm not saying Hannah is a murderer in any stretch of the imagination, because she was in a breaking and entering and physical harassment situation. This wasn't like Catherine shooting Jennifer Salison to death. That was cold-blooded murder. This was literally self-defense. I do call self-defense in this situation. It was definitely Hannah in a situation where she was being verbally and physically threatened with harm. So she did what she had to do. That's all I'm going to say. But I will say that I do believe that Hannah didn't kill Malik. I think the killing blow, so to speak, is going to be him being cremated in that darn vehicle. So I feel like, Malik did survive, but he will be killed once Candace sets the van on fire. Just my prediction. Because remember, he wasn't at full mental capacity. I know it sounds messed up, but he got hit with a freaking frying pan. So, he's a little disoriented. Then being stabbed combined with the blood loss, he's not going to be at 100% when he gets into that van. That's all I'm saying. So I could see him being stretched out on the back like, God, bleeding out. And then when they finally pull the van aside because he either passed out or he's on the verge of losing consciousness from losing so much blood, that's when, Candace like, we're going to split hairs. That's it. Set this thing on fire. And then that's it. That's my prediction. And a lot of people are saying that, wait, Jeremy, isn't Malik going to be the fourth death because Tyler Perry promised 3 to 4? That was for the episodes Moles, Till Death Do Us Part, and The Road to Hell. Those 3 episodes, because he said over the next 3 episodes, we may have 3 or 4 deaths. We had Erica, Melissa, Oscar, and the unborn baby inside of Melissa, so I count that as 4. I think that's why he said 3 or 4, because some people would count the baby, other people wouldn't count the baby, hence why 3 or 4. Malik is just going to be another in the long list of casualties, but not within that same lump of 3 to 4 characters. So I think Malik is not going to make it because of Candace, and that is pretty effed up. I mean, that just shows how dark she's gone into being a character. So yeah. So I do believe, and again, this is just a theory, I do believe that Malik does make it inside of the van, but then the van gets caught on fire and then he goes with it. Just my theory. I think it would be kind of weird for him to be laying in the floor bleeding out, and then Hannah gets Derek and those two go back, because the cops show up and then arrest Sal Malone, because I'm pretty sure they're going to blame him for the breaking and entering. So I feel like Malik is going to split the scene, and then, you know, will the police show up with Hannah? I don't know. We know they will show up when Sal is there, because remember, he was sent to look for Benny. So in order to prevent a second intruder in the same night, you know, that's when Sal gets arrested. I wonder, does Derek stay the night with Hannah? Because I'm pretty sure, look, I'm not talking, hopefully it's not a scene where Derek takes advantage of Hannah's vulnerability, but as a man, it's like, look, you are in a vulnerable state. You went through a traumatic experience. You shouldn't be in this house by yourself. I'll stay with you. I could definitely see that happening. But on the flip side, I think that Malik splits the scene before Sal shows up. I feel like Malik's going to leave. He's going to get in the van. Derek's going to run to Hannah. Maybe the cops will show up and then she tells him what happened. And then the cops show up later like Justin and the other dude and then arrest Sal. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But keep in mind, Malik has blood everywhere, blood on Hannah's shirt, fingerprints on the counter. So I don't know if they're, given the fact that the paramedics and police really aren't the smartest in this show, I don't even know if they're going to explore the option of looking into who the hell this guy was. But who knows? We'll have to see. But in any case, guys, what do you think happened to Malik? Do you think Hannah killed him? Do you think that Candace will kill him when she burns the van? Or do you think Malik dies in the back of the van, and in order just to get rid of the dead body, she burns it all? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I really can't wait to see how this plays out on Tuesday night, and I'll talk to you all soon.